And boom, that's done. And then we can fill it up with oil and check for some leaks. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we have some 370Z things we got to get done. First off, I definitely need to do the oil cooler. I'm not sure if I'm going to get around to the power steering cooler. I have a drift event coming up in about 3 weeks from today, so I need to get the car ready. Still have a hydro and angle. I don't want to wait till the last minute to get this stuff ready. I did get my license plate in today. I need to get it on the car so we can be 100% legal. And then this is just some more BMW parts that I got in. Alrighty, so I got the 370 up in the air. First step's obviously to take off the front bumper. There's these clips up here. There's probably some on the fenders, some underneath. I'll figure it out. I'll get the bumper off. Make sure to unplug these little bumper lights if you have the newer model. That way we can go ahead and start putting in. This is the Z1 Motorsports oil cooler, and also got the power steering cooler. If you spend over a certain amount of money, they send you a little mouse pad. This is the power steering, the small one, and this is the big oil cooler here. Comes with all the very nice lines. There'll be a link down in the description if you want to check this out for yourself. Really good kit. All the nice oil cooler sets are priced about the same. So I've heard good things about this one. I went with this one. And supposedly you don't need to do anything, just bolt it on. There's no cutting involved, which is super nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting familiar with these instructions. Take off this bumper so we can see a little bit more. Just took off the inner fender along with the front bumper underneath skid plate type thing. Check out what fell out whenever I took off the skid plate. Some old dead froggy, I guess he was up in there. Got cooked. Now, bumper's almost off. Got to take off a few more nuts and bolts on the inside here. You'll be able to tell which ones they are, just the ones that are holding it on. All these little plastic clips underneath the bumper and up here. All you do with those, if you've never done those before, is that you pry the center part up with a screwdriver, and then if you have a little Christmas tree remover tool, you can pop the bottom part out, or just pry it up with a screwdriver as well. But the key is you got to get the middle part up first, and then the bottom, and it comes right out. They're kind of annoying, but not too bad. Then all the rest are just a bunch of 10 millimeters, and you'll be able to see them. They're pretty plain as day. What the instructions said to do first is go ahead and attach the little bracket to the bottom of the oil cooler here. It's a little Allen key, size 4, I believe. Take the supplied hardware off the bracket, plop it on the oil cooler. I believe this is what yours should look like. So it's got this little bracket here. See how it's oriented there. And then you put this little guy on the side, and then you can check that out there. Now I gotta go ahead and put these little clips somewhere along the core support. I gotta kind of hunt down where I need to put it. I believe it's right next to the AC condenser, about where my finger is, if you can see on the screen. I gotta give it to them though. These instructions are actually pretty good. I'm following it just so I don't screw anything up and have to redo stuff. Pretty simple to read, got some nice pictures, you know. It's really apparent where those two little clips go. All you gotta do is just clip them in there. That way we can have something to bolt this thing onto. Alrighty, so it is the next day. I'm almost done with the install. The next step after you have your little hole drilled here, I drilled 2, I misplaced one, it was late last night. And then you put these 2 little tabs in. It's very simple. Once that's all mocked up, you pull the oil cooler back out of the car, and they recommend you fill it with 1 quart of oil just so that prevents dry starting. And then once it's filled with oil, you can go ahead and put it back in the car and start running these lines here. It looks pretty simple. So at this point, it's a good time to change your oil because you're going to be removing the oil filter anyways. To install the sandwich plate, I have my little drain pan right here. I'm going to go ahead and drain the oil from the oil pan, and then I'm going to take off the oil filter. That way we can install the supplied sandwich plate to get these lines tapped into the oil system. Oh, good stream. So while it's draining, I'm going to show you where I ran these lines. I did end up spilling a little bit of oil on the cooler. Tried to wipe it off as much as I can. So the long line obviously goes to the driver's side, so it has more length, and you run it. I went ahead and took off my crash bar. It's like 4 bolts on each side, super easy, definitely worth. Run it right next to the windshield wiper reservoir, and then there's a little hole back between the frame, and it runs right down right here, and that way it's super close to the oil filter right there. I think this is what yours should kind of look like whenever you're done with it. Not super certain if you should rotate this over. It's hitting the subframe, but this is kind of hanging a little bit low. Not a huge deal if this is a drift car, so if I like go off track, it might hit this very, very rarely, but just something that crossed my mind. Threw a fresh oil filter in there. It was kind of a pain to thread that little piece. So pretty much what you do is you put this sandwich plate up against the oil filter housing, and then put that little piece threads over it, and then the oil filter threads into that little piece. You'll see it, it's pretty self-explanatory. They recommended that I feed the lines through here. However, I did not see how that could work. So I just tucked them behind this power steering line. It's kind of tucking them out of the way a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot for it. It's either gonna be behind it or in front of it, zip tied to it. I'm gonna call this good enough for now, and if I notice something kind of going bad, I'll come back here and redo it. Now the final step is to get these supplied big old zip ties. Take these little guys and you're going to tidy up the lines. And boom, that's done. Now I gotta put the crash bar back on and reassemble everything. And then we can fill it up with oil and check for some leaks. Make sure you tighten out all your little AN fittings for sure. I just have a cheap little set of AN wrenches off of Amazon. I think they're like 40 bucks or whatnot. Really nice to have. Oh, and one other thing, this little weird shield thing right here, you have to trim part of that off. That little piece there on the ground. Just snip that off, should be fine. And then our last step is to fill the car with oil. Got the car fired up, checking for oil leaks. You can see the hoses down in there. You can't really see the sandwich plate because it's underneath the cover. There's the cooler back in there. I don't see anything leaking quite yet. I'm gonna get it running here for a second. Keep an eye on everything. I snugged down all the fittings, so I think we should be good. I might drive it around and see. And if we're leaking, that's gonna be kind of annoying because that means we have to take the bumper back off, tighten it down. Alrighty, so I got the Z outside, just checked the oil level, and it is all looking good. Ready to rock the drift vents while keeping a good oil temp. I know that's definitely one thing about these cars, that they're notorious for running high oil temperatures, and I feel like they should come factory with a oil cooler. But fairly easy install, didn't take too long. I was getting a little frustrated with some little stuff, but if you just take your time, read the instructions, should come out really nice. If this video helped you out, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Helps a lot more people find the video, help them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to keep an eye out for the 370Z drift video coming up here soon. Should be going to a lot of events with this car, hopefully here later in the season. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching again, guys. Catch you guys in the next one.